Argyle, and it's a free kick to Arsenal.
Yeah, a couple of tackles already. Charlie Patino, that's his second one. We hear all about how good he is on the ball. Can he mix it slightly? Can he get involved? Physically, how's he going to cope against a Nottingham Forest midfield three? Zinchenko just dropping in onto him. I'm sure he'll be the one who's trying to take it and pick his pocket, but it's been a really good start to this game.
Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Listen as well via BBC Sounds if you're on the move on this Sunday afternoon. A couple of late comers just taking their seats right up at the back of the Peter Taylor stand. That's where we are, the relatively newly named Peter Taylor stand. Jed Spence has to deal with this for Forest down in their own right back position. Those two have taken their seats. I don't know whether they stayed a little longer than they should have done in the world-renowned Trent Bridge Inn on the other side of the road from where we are here. A throw-in for Forest in their own right-back position, and Spence is going to take it. Jed Spence, who is on loan from Middlesbrough, 21-year-old. He has the throw up the line, but it's taken down on the chest of Nuno Tavares for Arsenal, and then a free kick given for the challenge on him by Ryan Yates, and it's a free kick to Arsenal here on the left-hand side, 0-0.
Yeah, he's just caught him. Craig Pawson wasn't sure what to do straight away. He had a little look and realised, I think he almost gambled. He wasn't sure that there was a free kick, but the way he'd gone down, you give it now. But it's what type of line? Set pieces now, crucial. Just outside your penalty area, as we said. But the experience of Steve Cook, this is where he comes into his own. He's got to organise and block the Arsenal runners of Holding, White, etc.
So Martin Odegaard to take this free kick from halfway inside the Forest half on the left-hand side. It's a left-footed delivery towards the penalty spot, takes a flick off a Forest head, bounces out towards the far side, and then it's knocked back centrally. Lokonga slips it into the penalty area. Ben White's still there. He tries the shot, off balance though, the central defender, and pulled it wide just inside the box on his left foot. Goal kick, Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, we know he's comfortable on the ball, Ben White, but you didn't expect him in an advanced position as he pulls it just outside the penalty area onto his left foot. Be a little bit more composed. He strikes past the near post
as it's lost in centre field, and Nottingham Forest come forward, and here's Brennan Johnson who knocks it to his left to James Garner, and Forest go back towards the halfway line. I thought they were in for a sniff there of a counter-attack, but it just fizzled out very quickly. Like you, Michael, I'm looking forward to seeing Brennan Johnson, as Forest have to be careful with this at the back, but Cook is sharp. Along with Worrell, there was a little bit of a misunderstanding, and then Jed Spence wins the throw-in for Forest, just in front of where the Nottingham Forest head coach Steve Cooper is standing. Just his 18th match as in charge of Nottingham Forest, but what an impact he's made since he took over from Chris Hughton back in September.
Full credit to the football club. They knew exactly who the target was, Steve Cooper. I don't think they even really spoke to any other managers. There was some with experience wanting to come and put their case forward, but they'd made their mind up that he was the right man, and ultimately, as it stands, you've got to give him credit, because he's certainly turned around. I know Chris Hughton very, very well, very experienced, lovely man. He just couldn't really get a tune, and he'd have been disappointed with the outcome, but it's been a good start for Steve Cooper.
Arsenal playing the ball through the middle. Martinelli looking to reach this, but it bounces away, and now it is Bukayo Saka. It is Arsenal with it on the right-hand side. Here's Saka out towards the right-hand side, left-footed ball into the box from Odegaard. That's headed away across the edge of the penalty area and cleared away by Jack Colback, and Forest looked to race forward with Johnson, who couldn't take it in his stride past Rob Holding, who just got the challenge in on him. Holding takes it over the halfway line, and then there's a little bit of a face-off between him and Keinan Davis, and a little bit of a shoving match, and then Keinan Davis reacted and took a couple of steps towards the Arsenal captain, and referee Pawson has blown his whistle and said, come over here, I'm going to cool things down.
Them two have started well, to be fair, haven't they? Just like Ben White getting into a good position forward. He's going tight with Keinan Davis. He's bringing the ball down. Great little tussle, but Davis is not stupid. He knows. Going to set the tone, get the Forest supporters behind him as they go at it again.
They're at it again, the two of them, Davis and Holding, and this time it's a fistful of shirt from Davis, the Arsenal man, and it's a free kick which they take quickly, and it all calms down again quickly between them. Ball played over the top for Saka down the right hand side. Saka now into the penalty area on his left foot, still going, lots of red shirts back there, but he tried to lay it off on the edge of the box to Martinelli, and that was won back by Spence, who came all the way across from the right hand side and is now running into the Arsenal half and is tripped by Cedric Suarez, and it's a free kick to Forest out there on the far left.
Steve Cooper's just looking around at the assistant referee, saying help us, give us the free kick a little bit earlier. But the right wing back right across the side of the pitch to come out down the left hand side, and so great composure, great strength, speed to draw the free kick. But as you said, he's one to watch. He's really been a success at Nottingham Forest from his loan.
Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. After another string of FA Cup third round matches today, and the draw's been made if you've missed it. I think the big tie is Kidderminster Harriers against West Ham, as the ball is played back by Tavares to his goalkeeper Leno, and it was at throat height and hit with some power, and it was going behind. It wasn't on target, but Leno just had to get something on that and deflect it behind, and it's a corner to Forest, and that was a right giveaway.
Let me tell you, it wasn't that far away from towards the goal, probably just the side netting. Leno wasn't sure, he tried to chest it, but he's tried to play with his right foot, hasn't he, with pace, and it's just bobbled up, it's sat up and chested it out for a corner. So
it's a corner from the right hand side that is going to be taken for Forest by James Garner. Raises his left arm, and here's the outswinging delivery towards the penalty spot, which is headed down and firmly away by Holding, and it's out for a throw. And in fact a push, there's been a push in there, the referee says, and it's a free kick to Arsenal.
Yeah, there's a little push and the ball went all the way to the technical area. Mikel Arteta, we know he was like, good player, right footed, he just stung it back, did he, right back to the goalkeeper, still got it.
Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. So in that draw we know that the holders could be coming here, Leicester City. The winners of this one, Nottingham Forest and Arsenal, will play Leicester City. That'll be an interesting East Midlands affair were that to be the case, but Arsenal have gone out in the third round only once in the last quarter of a century in the FA Cup. However, that was here when Nottingham Forest knocked them out back in 2018, and Forest winning a free kick in their own right back position. Just a little over exuberance, I think, Michael, from Charlie Patino on Spence.
Yeah, I think it was good. He's getting involved, he's trying to mix it up. The referee really wasn't sure whether to give a corner kick, to give a goal kick, but here they are now, drawing the press, playing that goal kick. Arsenal will let one player in particular get it and then try and counter from there.
And we will be hearing from the manager of Kidderminster Harriers, Russ Penn, at half-time with his thoughts on drawing Premier League West Ham at home at Agborough. And there is history there. A famous, when Kidderminster reached the fifth round of the FA Cup, 28 years ago, one of the most famous FA Cup runs as a non-league team, they lost 1-0 to West Ham in the fifth round. Throw into Forest, Spence takes this. Spence on the right, and in comes Tavares with a challenge to put it out of play for a throw to Forest down the right.
I'm guessing you just personally arranged it now with all your contacts at Kidderminster. You just give them a little text and say, we need you at a particular time, half-time would be ideal.
Michael, I know the lie of the land now quite well there, having never been there since before yesterday afternoon. Ball with Davis, who plays it. He was trying to set up Jack Cole back on the left-hand side, but just didn't get it quite right. And Arsenal were able to clear away downfield. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC, and BBC Sounds as well, which is where you'll get the 5 Live Football Daily podcast in the morning, as Arsenal have it at the back with Cedric Suarez.
And just a set up there with Sam gets the ball, two centre backs, Worrell, McKenna split. Steve Cook actually goes as like a number 6 to try and make Arsenal something to think about, and it gives the option of the wider players, Jed Spence, Colback, stay high and wide, and then when it's not on they just drop it straight into the top of Keenan Davis. So these are the things you want to see, the creativity from your manager, your players trying to actually deliver what you've set up. And I think it's been a really good start from Nottingham Forest.
0-0, and Forest with the ball at the back with their goalkeeper Don't know about you, Michael, when I heard that signing this week, the fact that Steve Cook was coming to Nottingham Forest, and I'm sure many people will have thought the same thing. You think, good signing.
Good signing, experience, and the manager can get some sort of DNA towards it. Players want to do what you want. When you bring that player in as well, you feel like it's somebody who's got your trust, and the experience there. He's got the dressing room, having that experience, and some good blend of young players who we mentioned in particular, Johnson, Jed Spence. So it's they're moving forward, aren't they, Forest?
Patino does well, gets there, plays it across to Lokonga, but he is fouled by Zinkernagel, and it's a free kick to Arsenal, 10 yards inside their own half. So still 0-0 here, and Lokonga will take this free kick. One of the summer arrivals, Albert Sambi Lokonga, who was signed from Anderlecht for just over £15 million, Vincent Kompany's Anderlecht, and he's kind of been in and out during the course of this season in that midfield, throwing to Arsenal down the right hand side, and Odegaard on the ball, plays it back towards Saka. Now it comes infield, and a little pass out towards the right hand side. Cedric Suarez is there again. Arsenal just keeping possession inside the Forest half. Now here's Holding, forward of the centre circle. He's going to have a wander forward, and he plays it to Patino inside the area. Lovely first touch from him. Patino takes it to the byline, crosses, took a deflection which carried it up and across beyond the far post, and it bounced and spun out of play for an Arsenal corner from the right.
It's a good opportunity. Will they go direct? Will they play short? Imagine the threats we just mentioned, Holding, Ben White. What type of position? How do they attack it? Forest are not going zonal, they're marking the two main headers on the edge of the area.
Crowded 6-yard box. It's actually taken short by Arsenal, by Saka, who then backs away, but it's played back to the edge of the box and curled in by Odegaard, and Samba is able to come, the goalkeeper, and pat it down and then give it out over arms to Davis through the middle. Keenan Davis rides the challenge and then is caught. He's caught, and the referee says no free kick. Odegaard, who put in the challenge, immediately turned and apologised to the referee and indicate that he got the ball, and referee Pawson agreed with him.
Yeah, he agreed. It was a lunge, wasn't it? I think it was quite convincing. Steve Cooper just down below, he's not sure about the decision.
I think that would be fair. A fair description of his feeling about that.
Those white-soled trainers are coming out of the AstroTurf and onto the pitch. They're going to get dirty if he keeps demonstrating.
Forest play it forward. Garner now down the right-hand side. This for the chase of Brennan Johnson, who's onto this in the full-back position. Cuts in field, beats one man, clips it to the back post, looking for Colback, who's arriving, but it's cleared away there by Saka. Forest come again as they play towards the Bridgeford stand. Absolutely packed it is. Jed Spence turns, gives it back behind him to Ryan Yates. Yates gets it again, just puts his foot on the ball. Patino closes him down. Ball to the corner of the penalty area. Johnson back to Yates again, and then Forest go back towards the halfway line through Garner and move play out towards the left-hand side. Good pace to this, still 0-0, and now it's all the way at the back inside the Forest half with the blonde-haired captain Joe Worrell. Jed Spence takes it up again on the right-hand side, tries to go between two Arsenal men. Nice little piece of play from him, but Patino and Nketiah are able to block it out for a throw.
It's just the end product now, isn't it? Can they get a shot? Obviously they're getting in some good areas, but this is the danger, isn't it? The wide areas. Martinelli we've not seen yet, Saka, but you hear the crowd there as Joe Worrell just recovers. He sends Martinelli wide.
Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0, and Forest with a throw halfway inside their own half. Arsenal, as I say, 14 times winners, and actually whenever they've beaten Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup, and that's happened twice before, on both occasions Arsenal have gone on to win the Cup that season, in 1979 and in 1993. Famous 1979 final when Alan Sunderland scored the goal as Arsenal turned it around dramatically in the last 5 minutes.
I have a bad memory of playing Arsenal semi-final at Old Trafford for Sheffield United.
I was there, Michael.
It was a very, very tight game.
Yes, I remember it. I was listening actually to Neil Warnock talking about it on 5 Live the other night. I don't think he's quite got over it. Here's Spence down the right-hand side into the full-back position, but he's claiming that he was clipped, and the assistant actually, I think, has given that, and Craig Pawson agrees. There were two men there with him, and actually the clip has completely taken the right boot off his foot, and it's a free kick.
It was difficult for Craig Pawson to argue, wasn't it? The assistant referee right under the nose of it, put the flag up. Now this is the type of opportunity. Delivery's got to be good, the runs have got to be good, the time and the pressure now, and can this Arsenal defence, can they hold out? But now these are the chances. James Garner, right-footed. So if you want a left footer there, the in-swinger, someone getting across the front.
So free kick, good position. Garner to take this. Arsenal have got everyone back in their own defensive third. Garner's delivery, and he's hit the first man, the one-man wall, Martinelli, who actually put his arms up, but clearly they're satisfied enough that it struck him on the chest, and it's bounced out of play for what's been given as a throw.
What's amazing now, isn't it? Anywhere it hits an arm, everyone is thinking straight away, can something be done? Seems to have changed the perception, hasn't it, of handball. Yeah, he couldn't do anything about it. It was drilled at him. It was poor delivery. That's what I've just said. We were thinking that left-footed in-swinger takes that out. But there was no one really across the front post. I didn't think the setup was great from Forest.
Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. If you've just joined us, this FA Cup third-round tie. Throw-in taken to Keenan Davis with the orange boots on. He looks like a man of business, doesn't he, on his debut for Nottingham Forest, Keenan Davis. Ball with Colback on the left-hand side. Colback, who's been put under pressure, but comes out with the ball. Withstands the pressure, then central. Yates goes back into his own half. I'm not sure Joe Worrell was necessarily expecting that, and actually Forest have gone all the way back to goalkeeper Samba, who passes it out towards the left-hand side to the Scotland international. Scott McKenna, long right-footed pass from him, cross-field, but Tavares is able to get a foot to that before Spence, and then Nuno Tavares is off down the left-hand side. He seemed to be blocked there by Yates, who came across with quite a high arm actually, but no free kick, and Forest again with it centrally. Zinkernagel, the Dane, keeps possession for Forest, who go back into their own territory again, still 0-0.
You'd be disappointed with that. Nuno Tavares, yes, they're asking for an elbow towards his face. You've got to play on.
Forest with it on the left-hand side. Zinkernagel on the edge of the box, right foot shot, took a deflection off Lokonga, which takes it looping into the area, but took the pace off it as well, and it just bounced and spun through for goalkeeper Leno. So still 0-0 here. If you were listening earlier, it seemed like there might be a massive shock on for a little while when Morecambe were 1-0 up at Tottenham, but Spurs, one of your old clubs, Michael, eventually came through and won that by 3-1. Shrewsbury as well took the lead at Anfield, but ended up with Liverpool winning 4-1. And also through today, Luton Town, Cardiff City, Norwich, Stoke City, West Ham, who will now go to Kidderminster, and Wolverhampton Wanderers. And just the one tie left tomorrow night, Manchester United against Aston Villa. Make sure you're in front of a television for that. 5 to 8 kickoff live on BBC One. Ball played over the top for Forest. Spence gets there for Arsenal. Spence gets there for Forest in the right back position up against Martinelli, and does well. He's made an eye-catching start to the game, Spence, as you were talking about him with Steve before the game.
Yeah, he's done very, very well. He showed strength, he's got pace, he likes to get forward, take the ball.
Pass for Garner to chase, but he won't reach that. And Ben White comfortably got there first for Arsenal on the edge of his box. He is extremely appropriately named today, Ben White, playing for Arsenal, who are playing completely in white. On the left-hand side now, Tavares forward towards Martinelli. Martinelli running at Spence. Let's see how he does here. Still going, but he's got support there as well, and help coming across from Yates. So Martinelli has to check back, give it to Odegaard centrally. Cedric Suarez plays the ball in from the right-hand side. Patino tried to get there, was beaten to it, and Forest are able to clear it away, but Arsenal have it back halfway inside their own half.
I think that's what Arsenal do well now. I was watching Mikel Arteta say, slow down, Leno, just build it, suck Forest out, and then straight away as it goes into Martinelli, Charlie Patino goes into the right side of centre-back Joe Worrell. So at that point he can't get the cover, so it leaves Martinelli 1v1 with Jed Spence, and it's all about those little runs, the detail, the timings of them. But you feel like if Arsenal start moving Forest around, they will create opportunities and openings with the style of play. Mikel Arteta now in deep discussion with his staff down in the technical area.
Arsenal still in possession, still in the central third of the field. Really enjoying watching Charlie Patino live for me personally for the first time. This 18-year-old is from Watford, or he was born in Watford. He's quite a slight figure, as you'd expect of an 18-year-old. He's on the ball now, short hair, black gloves on, but he looks very mobile. Here's Saka cutting in from the right-hand side, gives it to Odegaard. Odegaard's ball back into the penalty area, just intercepted by Colback on the edge of the box, and there were two Arsenal men in the area waiting for that. So important from Colback to cut it out, which he did. Martinelli now on the left-hand side. Nuno Tavares is there. Nuno Tavares back more towards the halfway line, and then back it goes to Ben White in the centre circle, the £50 million England defender Ben White, who has been a very big part of the Arsenal team this season. Patino takes it on through the middle, plays it out to the right hand side, and Odegaard uses Cedric Suarez behind him, who's another one who's returned to the Arsenal side today. Cedric Suarez, he's not had too much action this season. Nuno Tavares now on the left-hand side, beats Spence, right-footed cross, looking for Nketiah. It's headed away for Forest on the edge of the 6-yard box, and then something of a snatch of a shot by Rob Holding, who stretched for it, the central defender, and hit it. Well, it bounced out of play closer to the corner flag than the goal.
He's going to get a little bit of stick for that, isn't he? He steps forward, centre back, with his right foot, complete slice right towards the far side. But the assistant referee there almost hits his flag.
It was actually out for a throw in the end. And it's a throw-in for Forest. Up the line, but Arsenal are back in possession. 5 Live. If you missed the draw, which came before this match, the highlights: Kidderminster at home to West Ham, Boreham Wood will go to Bournemouth, Hartlepool will go to Crystal Palace, Cambridge United will be at home to Luton, and many of the big guns, Chelsea, Manchester United or Villa, Tottenham, Liverpool, Manchester City, all drawn at home. Forest coming forward down the right-hand side with Brennan Johnston. Gets the cross in, it's cleared away at the near post. Forest take up possession again. Yates plays it down the right. Zinkernagels onto this, takes on Nuno Tavares, goes to the byline, chips it to the back post, and Cedric Suarez, who was all on his own there actually, but he wasn't sure where Jack Colback was, so near the corner of the 6-yard box, headed it behind for a Forest corner from the left.
He does really well, doesn't he, Zinkernagel, just getting towards the right-hand side. I do feel though Tavares has got to get tighter. As you said, Cedric Suarez just sees the ball out, but now Arsenal zonal, 3 on the edge of the 6-yard box, 4 blockers in front of that. This Saka on the edge, he's trying to see Steve Cook. That's probably the danger, he's trying to block him.
Forest corner from the left, headed away at the near post for Arsenal. Comes out to Zinkernagel, beats one man and then loses possession on the edge of the box. Arsenal could be off on the counter-attack here. Odegaard gives it to the left-hand side. Martinelli actually was just impeded enough by Scott McKenna, and therefore had to check his progress, and that meant that Forest could get all of their men back in position, and it is back to Arsenal with the ball in the centre circle. Patino now to Martinelli on the left-hand side, up against Spence again, just steps off him. Spence, quite tall and gangly, isn't he, Jed Spence? And Arsenal have to go infield, and Holding with his plain white shirt outside his shorts, and now Arsenal move it to the right-hand side. Odegaard there, the former Real Madrid man, the Norwegian with the fair hair, gives it out to the far side. Odegaard takes possession again, then goes back towards the halfway line. Cedric Suarez takes it. Nottingham Forest just standing off Arsenal as they come forward and try to play their way through. Nketiah takes it out towards the far side now. 3 men for Arsenal inside the penalty area. Still Nketiah in possession. Left foot shot, but he's pulled it wide of the near post, but via a little deflection, says referee Pawson, so it's a free kick.
Yeah, he does well, doesn't he?
Corner, beg your pardon.
Yeah, just does really, really well, stepping inside, getting that shot away. Slight deflection. Much better, isn't it? More intent. Getting the front sort of 3-stroke forward with Odegaard in behind, and Eddie Nketiah so important. We haven't really seen enough of them. Saka in particular. He can be really, really dangerous down that right-hand side, coming in with that left foot.
Corner from the right, in front of the Trent end, the 2-tier Trent end. All of those Forest fans peering down on the goal. And Arsenal with this corner, which is swung into the near post. Good header away. McKenna got to it. Bounces on the edge of the box. Forest are there first again. And now Forest keep coming forward. Garner goes down. Looked as though he might have had a little tug there from holding. Referee Pawson says no, and Arsenal have the throw.
It looked it to me. Yes, he's lost his footing, a little bit slippy. There was a slight pull, Rob Holding. Unfortunate there, Forest.
For the first time, Michael, I've actually seen one of the Arsenal numbers. You can see, if you look now, Nuno Tavares, you can just make out the faintest number 20 on the back of his shirt. Nuno Tavares plays it to Martinelli. Spence is able to put in the challenge. It's a good one, and then Nuno Tavares comes in and it bounces out off Spence for a throw-in to Arsenal. When I was told about this kit, I was told that they would have the numbers would have a thin outline on the back. So I thought, yeah, you'll be able to see the numbers, won't you?
Well, you can't really see them. We can see just the ones in front of us, can't we?
No. So I commentated on Reading yesterday. I don't know if you've seen them this season, the blue and white hooped shirts with the gold numbers on the back. They might as well not bother. And Arsenal are going to have to make a change. Odegaard carrying the ball forward towards the edge of the Forest box. Now it's on the right-hand side with Saka. And then the shot is whipped in by Lokonga from the edge of the area. Samba diving to his left. I don't know if he got a tiny touch on that or whether it flicked the defender, but it's a corner.
Yeah, Lokonga just gets into a good position. He sets it out with his right foot, pushes it. It's a great shot, another deflection. So Forest are throwing bodies on the line, getting the deflections.
An Arsenal player has got a problem because they are going to make a change. This corner is taken short. Saka's got it back, shoots from the angle. That's taken a deflection at the near post off a defender, and it's a second consecutive Arsenal corner.
Yeah, it's good pressure. Is it Kieran Tierney?
Yeah.
Obviously he's been excellent for Arsenal, getting forward, actually contributing, one of the main players, I would say, full of energy. So I wonder who's going to come on. And
Tavares?
Come off for him.
You would have to assume, wouldn't you? Although, where is he? Is he just trying to find him? Anyway, the next Arsenal corner taken into the back post. Oh, what a catch that was by Bryce Samba at the back post, stretching for it, got one hand to it. It's almost like the Harlem Globetrotters.
It was exactly that, wasn't it? It's a great take right over the top of his head. You're thinking that's too far. He takes it one-handed. Obviously he just drops it, but full credit. Straight back onto as he now rolls it out, trying to play.
Looked at one stage he might run the ball right across the top of his shoulders, down both arms. But he's got it back. He looks like a confident guy, I must say, this 27-year-old goalkeeper who was signed from Caen a couple of years ago by Forest.
I asked about him today, actually, John, and they said he was a great trainer, wonderful guy,
looks agile,
full confidence, the way he plays out. And he's showing that way, isn't he? You know, he can go short, he can go long. Confidence, obviously, to take it. He really didn't have no right to collect the ball, but he's that substitution now. They're looking to change, and
it is Nuno Tavares, Michael, who has obviously got a problem.
I don't know if it's definite, John, whether it's definitely a problem, because he's just been beat down the right-hand side. A couple of decisions, he's like, well, it's took me in the face. He's gone down easily, and is Mikel Arteta saying, do you fancy it today, do you not? I hope it is. Obviously, I want him to have a small problem, because if he's being dragged, manager's not going anywhere near him. No medical staff.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Michael. There's a little strop going on here from Nuno Tavares. You're right, Mikel Arteta did not go towards him, and as he walked off, the left back, Nuno Tavares, he threw his gloves down, and there's a little, he's going along the line, there's a couple of fist bumps going on, but He's not very happy.
Because it's the detail. Mikel Arteta knows and what he demands from his players. And if that's the case, he has been a bit sloppy. I said straight away, dived down twice when he tried to get contact on his face. The next one, he was squared up, wasn't he? Zinkernagel, he left him for dead, just pushed it down the right-hand side, just dinked a little crossing, and they'll be behind if they're not careful.
And I think the song there directed towards Nuno Tavares was, he's going to cry in a minute. Well, he's sitting on the bench, and I still don't think that Mikel Arteta has looked over his shoulder at him yet.
He had a little glance. Right. He had a little glance when he realised the gloves had gone, that there was an incident. He didn't want to have a look, but he just slightly looked as he was approaching the bench and high-fiving everybody. But I'm sure there'll be a discussion about the gloves.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it, Mike? Making a substitution like that over 10 minutes before half-time. And, of course, with the 5 substitutes that you can make in the FA Cup, that is something that you can do. Odegaard playing it here. Kieran Tierney now onto the field. So another one of the front line, the top draw men for Arsenal on the field. Tierney playing it to the left-hand side to Martinelli. Martinelli, right-footed cross into the box. That's headed away comfortably near the penalty spot for Forest. But Arsenal back in possession again. Still 0-0. 10 minutes to go to half-time now. And Arsenal with Odegaard, who begins to move in from the right flank again. He also covers a lot of ground. Then the ball chipped in by Bukayo Saka. That's headed away for Forest. Nketiah was the target for that. Forest centrally, Yates is dispossessed. Arsenal again, but it's very congested in the middle, but Odegaard does well, draws a couple of men, then gives it to Tierney. Tierney, cross to the back post. It comes off Saka. It might have come off his arm, actually. Bounces down. Forest are away towards the halfway line, but Ben White gets there first, and with his left foot sends the volley back to goalkeeper Lane.
He sweeps up very well, doesn't he? Goalkeeper has played it back out. Lokonga starts off the movement, the rotations from Arsenal, but just going back to Mikel Arteta making these decisions, he's been forced, hasn't he, in his managerial career to, as we discussed in the build-up to the programme. Aubameyang now, early changes for the team. He's still obviously trying to set that, what he demands from the players.
Davis with a foul in centre field on Ben White. It's right in the middle of the centre circle. Davis, who, you know, he's definitely running on adrenaline. Keenan Davis on his debut for Forest fouled White. Free kick to Arsenal. So.
Well, Alan Tate, the assistant manager, straight up. The fourth official, Kevin Friend, saying it's just a shoulder charge. You shouldn't get away. It's Alan Tate's one I played with at Leeds United, John. When we get a minute, I'll be able to tell you a little story about him.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking forward to that. Michael Brown with us on 5 Live. Arsenal in possession, and they've got it on the halfway line. And here's Ben White again with the thin white strapping on each wrist. Cedric Suarez has to slide to keep the ball in on the right-hand side. Here's Bukayo Saka, first time ball into the penalty area, but Odegaard didn't run onto it, so Forest were able to clear on the fall, and it's out of play for a throw in. The ball bubbling around in the lower section of the Brian Clough stand on the opposite side of the ground. It's lovely that, coming here to see the Brian Clough stand on one side and the Peter Taylor stand on this side. And what a fitting tribute that is for the great work that they did together here on the banks of the River Trent. 0-0 the score. 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC. Here's Martinelli with some space on the left-hand side. Martinelli into the penalty area. Tierney is there, lays it back to the edge of the box. Holding with the shot. This one's blocked at source. Might set Forest away on a counter-attack. It does. And Keenan Davis finds Ben White coming across, and Ben White is able to block his progress, take the ball, and Arsenal have got it back.
It's a good counter, wasn't it, from Forest? Ben White coming across does very, very well. I think we've seen how Arsenal got in there. Tierney goes all the way forward, draws Jed Spence in a position that's unusual. That's what Arteta does, and at that point Martinelli gets in behind him, as thinks there's going to be a short one to play the diagonal, but nothing come of it.
Very strange that, wasn't it? As the ball was running away down the touchline right in front of the Arsenal coaching area, as it ran along the pitch next to the white line, Mikel Arteta also ran after the ball. So you had the two players on the field and Mikel Arteta running after the ball together.
Villa wanted to stop it, let's be honest.
Here's Nketiah, Eddie Nketiah into the penalty area. Lovely run from him. Forest in the end just overran it, Eddie Nketiah, and Forest were able to whack it away downfield to comparative safety. Still 0-0. Really, not too much in the way of clear goal-scoring opportunities.
Looks like a blank piece of paper there, John.
It's a blank piece of paper on each side.
It's been interesting, though, hasn't it?
It's been interesting,
but not opportunities in front of goal. But you've seen little spats. You've seen
poor touch from Tierney. Bounces out of play for a throw into Forest.
I think Forest will be delighted, won't they? I think they'll be really, really pleased that they've had some good play. They've got some good positions. An Arsenal side not really testing them out, but it's concentration to the levels. I just feel like Arsenal can up the game at any moment. But the longer it goes on, confidence will build for Nottingham Forest.
Still 0-0 into the last 5 minutes of the first half, and at half-time on 5 Live, you will hear the manager of Kidderminster Harriers, Russell Penn, talking about their draw against West Ham. Here's Eddie Nketiah on the left-hand side. 2 Forest men with him. Martinelli. We'll run through the draw in full again for you, but you'll be able to find it on the football pages of the BBC Sport website, of course. Here's Holding at the back for Arsenal, through the middle. Martinelli is there. Martinelli uses Odegaard. Nimble turn from him. Now the ball on the right with Bukayo Saka. And Odegaard once more to the edge of the box. Martinelli with a touch. Odegaard as well. Cedric Suarez with a cross deep to the back post. Spence allows it to bounce, but he was being put under pressure by Tierney. Just twisted, got his head to it, and the ball bounces out of play for a throw-in 10 yards back from the corner flag. Arsenal take the throw, and Tierney couldn't keep it in when it was given back to him by Holding. One of the 2 boys who arrived late, probably 15 minutes into the match. He's just got up and gone downstairs for maybe a pie. Maybe another drink. He's
gone for something. You said he'd been in a certain establishment beforehand. Do you know it well, John?
I've actually never been in there.
Come on, John.
Have you?
Come on, John. Tell the truth. That'll be a first.
I actually have never been in there. I've always fancied it, though. There are some great pubs in Nottingham. Let's just leave it there. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. As the ball is played downfield by Holding, but he's got way too much on that, way beyond anyone else in white, and Forest have got it back.
So you're looking at Rob Holding, aren't you, an opportunity to come in and the defence for Arsenal, where he sees himself, can he see himself playing, being a regular? The last couple of passes straight away, he's given cheap ones away. That tells you something. Mikel Arteta needs the ball retention to be better, so he's going to have to improve on.
Samba, the goalkeeper, very good with his feet, you can see that as well. Plays the ball out towards the far side, takes a flick off a Forest head though, and McKenna, and it's out for a throw to Arsenal. 2.5 minutes of the first half to play, plus added time. Match I was at yesterday, we had over a quarter of an hour of added time at the end of the game. Holding, passing the ball forward, he's passed it straight to Spence. Forest have got it back again, and Brennan Johnson in a deep lying position. As Andy Reid was telling us before the game, his father David used to play here, former Ipswich man. Samba, Eddie Nketiah slides in on goalkeeper Samba as he was looking to clear it away. He actually got it away downfield before Nketiah slid in. I'm not sure he caught much of the goalkeeper, but he sent him leaping high, and it's a free kick. And whether that's going to be a yellow card from referee Pawson, I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. He's caught him. It's clearly a foul. You can hear all the boos. Craig Pawson not issuing it, but it's right. It's a free kick. Let's go on with it. But you say David Johnson, his dad, I know him very, very well. I was at a dinner with him only recently. Obviously discussing the progress of his son. Very, very proud. He was a good player here. We had some great battles, Sheffield United and Nottingham Forest, and obviously early on in his career, John O, Manchester United. Really, really good footballer.
Yep. Forest 0, Arsenal 0, and Brennan Johnson, important part of this side, just 20 years old, bright future, I think. And Arsenal with the ball at the back. I've not forgotten about that little tale about Alan Tate either, by the way. But Arsenal have got the ball near the halfway line. Ben White playing it up towards the right-hand side. And the other latecomer of the two is also now going downstairs. Ball on the right for Forest. Played forward towards Davis. Keenan Davis. He's got support inside him, but he's still going, cutting in centrally, but Arsenal are quickly back, and the ball is played actually behind the two Forest men on the right, and it's out of play for a throw. Both Johnson and Spence made the run forward, and the pass centrally from Yates straight out for a throw.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that, won't he? Ryan Yates giving such a simple pass. It's a lack of concentration. But we've seen that from both teams, haven't we? I so much expected the possession, the passing to be better from this Arsenal side. We see again.
Cedric Suarez has given it away, and now this could be something for Forest, but Ghana then took a heavy touch, and Arsenal were able to take possession. Ben White passed it forward to Lukongo. 1 minute of added time at the end of the first half. Here is Bukayo Saka on the right-hand side. Saka running at Colback into the penalty area now. Saka chips it across towards the back post. Martinelli takes it down. He's got his back to goal. He's being forced away by Spence, but he turns and faces it. Lovely change of feet, shoots, but that's blocked inside the area and bounces away behind Martinelli towards where Steve Cooper is standing just off the pitch. Arsenal still going, and
Rob Holding keeps a simple pass, this one, the most simple one you've ever seen. He literally guides it just to Ben White. He had 3 in a row.
How wise and how shrewd the
Good
way that
decision.
things have gone for him in the first half, when he's tried to do anything a little bit more complicated. Here's Saka again on the right flank. Ball in towards Odegaard. Saka tried to get it back. Colback put in the challenge. Goes tumbling down, but actually it's offside. And it's a free kick to Forest, and it's still 0-0, Michael Brown.
I think it was a foul, wasn't it? Saka does very, very well, gets the other side of the Colback, but referee's assistant just puts the flag up, and I think really that's notably how the first half ended.
And as for Alan Tate, who's standing down there in the coaching area.
Alan Tate, we were at Leeds United together, remember us getting beat and at half time he wasn't the blessed for pace. Alan Tate, strikers getting in, scores a goal past Paddy Kenny. Get in the dressing room, few words said. Paddy Kenny, any chance you can put your shopping down and run after the striker, Tatey?
took that well, did he?
Didn't really take it well, there's a slight argument, but yeah, that's what my memory is, Alan Tate at Leeds United. Put your shopping down and run after the striker.
Right, well, he'll be putting his shopping down and going into the dressing room now to talk with Steve Cooper, to his Nottingham Forest men. 0-0 at half-time. In terms of goal-scoring opportunities, virtually nil, but it's been okay.
There's been shots, hasn't there, from Arsenal, blocks, sent out for corners, so you've got to give Forest credit for getting bodies in front of the opportunities for Arsenal. Showed some promise, haven't there? Some wider deliveries from Nottingham Forest, some breakouts, some good play, clips into Keenan Davis, he's probably been the one. Zinkenagel getting down the right-hand side with a cross to the back post, but really limited chances. It's been an entertaining game. Arsenal have been tested, but hopefully the quality in the second half gets better.
Yeah, looking forward, I hope, to a little bit more excitement inside the penalty areas in the second half, and I'm very much looking forward to hearing the manager of Kidderminster Harriers at half-time. But here at the City Ground, Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0.
Yeah, it says a lot, Michael Brown, when the most interesting thing of any half is a substitution. But that was certainly the case there with Nuno Tavares going off after, 34, 35 minutes. I mean, it's not like Arsenal were struggling in the game, and therefore Mikel Arteta is, yet again, I imagine, making a statement.
Well, he is making a statement, Steve, and I said it in commentary. I watched him go down the left-hand side. He held his face once, then again he come to it and he tried to draw a foul. There was minimal contact in going down and holding his face. The next opportunity, he hadn't really got forward, hadn't really got on the ball with any sort of quality, quite laboured, and then he gets squared up the right-hand side. Zinkenagel just leaves him for dead towards the touchline. I think at that point, when you've got Tini on the bench as well, that's the difference. You've got that depth, the squad depth like you have, and such a player who can come and replace you. That's ultimately what's going to happen. He's made the change to obviously a good one, and he knows this tie is going to be tight, Steve.
Can you just keep doing that if you're Mikel Arteta? Just keep making statements, keep sticking to your principles, or at some point, are you doing it too much?
Well, you can do, because obviously Tierney, yes, we don't want him to be injured, but if he does get injured, then straight away Nuno Tavares is your main man. He's got to play every game, and that's the difficulty. So it's a line of understanding, but we don't know if things have been said beforehand, of a level that's expected, and 1, 2, 3 things you're not doing for your manager, then you're going to get pulled. And I think it's something he can afford at the moment when you're getting these results. It's in a January window where he might be able to improve the squad. So all around, they're all thinking what's next for them, and rightly so. I think he's got to stick with it. If he's not getting his best from the players, make those decisions.
Good half for Forest, by the way.
Yeah, really good half. And we said, how will they play out? Will they be brave enough? See Samba, great distribution. We've seen him go short, centre back splitting. See Steve Cook going in the 6, and then they've got the out ball now, haven't they? Keenan Davis. So they've got a system, they've got a setup. Jed Spence looks exciting, doesn't he? Zinkernagel, Brennan Johnson, a couple of sort of better touches needed from him, but he's showed promise and pace. But no, it's been a really interesting one from an Arsenal side who've been on fire, and Nottingham Forest who've had a little bit of a lift under Steve Cooper, then a kick with a couple of bad results who've done okay. So it's been a good half, but really we need more opportunities.
Michael, John, thank you for the time being. So Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0, half-time in the FA Cup third round. The winners of that will play Leicester City. Of course, Leicester and Forest have got a history, so that would be a very, very interesting tie. Speaking of the FA Cup draw, Kidderminster Harriers have got West Ham United. We're going to speak to the Kidderminster manager, Russell Penn, the other side of the 5 Live News with Stuart Clarkson.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The Education Secretary has told the BBC he would support cutting the coronavirus self-isolation period from 7 to 5 days in England if the change is recommended by the UK Health Security Agency. Nadeem Zawar, says scientists are looking at whether it would lead to higher levels of infection. Craig Beaumont is from the Association of Small Businesses.
If it can be done safely, this would have a huge impact. At the moment, we've got, I think, 1.2 million people in the UK had COVID this week, so they're self-isolating. So I think it's a fair point to say, look, let's have another look. And if it's possible without seeing, undermining of transmission rates and making them worse in the economy, we wouldn't do anything that would make things worse. But we do think it's a valid point to look at.
The chief executive of King's College Hospital in London, one of the capital's biggest, has admitted that he worries about losing staff who refuse to get vaccinated against COVID. Dr Clive Kay says about 10% of workers at the hospital are yet to be jabbed. Frontline NHS staff in England could lose their jobs if not fully vaccinated by April. A man who tried to lead a 4-year-old girl away from a pub in Cheshire last night has been arrested on suspicion of child abduction. Police say the man, who's 51, was challenged by a parent and detained until officers arrived. Lawyers for the Australian government say Novak Djokovic was not given assurances that a medical exemption would allow him to play at the Australian Open. A hearing overnight tonight UK time will consider the world number one's legal challenge against the decision to deport him. Daniel Estrin is an immigration lawyer.
The minister's lawyers make it very clear that even if Mr Djokovic wins tomorrow, the court should not order his release, and that in fact the Minister for Home Affairs reserves the right to make a further cancellation decision and is not prevented from using other powers under the Migration Act to detain him. So very clear that the Minister does not want Mr Djokovic in Australia.
And businesses in Cardiff are warning of a huge financial impact if the Six Nations rugby games are not held there. Wales are due to play 3 times in the city in February and March, but current COVID rules mean that supporters can't attend large sporting events. The Welsh Rugby Union's considered playing its home games in England instead, where fans are allowed.
BBC 5 Live.
Colin Murray and Dotun Adebayo.
Dotun Adebayo, 1am to 5am, Monday to Friday, is a reason to never sleep. He does phone-ins and big subjects on world football. He's got his virtual jukebox, but more importantly, he can take any subject, big or small, and make it engaging and interesting. He's the boss, and he keeps me up several times a week.
Colin Murray and Dotun Adebayo. Night times on BBC Radio 5 Live. This is 5 Live Sport
with Steve Crossman.
Evening, welcome back to this bumper 5 Live Sport of FA Cup third round action. So far today, Morecambe took the lead at Tottenham but lost 3-1. Shrewsbury took the lead at Liverpool but lost 4-1. Other scores: West Ham 2, Leeds 0. Wolves 3, Sheffield United 0. Stoke 2, Leyton Orient 0. Luton beat Harrogate 4-0. Cardiff beat Preston 2-1 after extra time, and it finished Charlton 0, Norwich 1. We'll go through the full draw before we're back underway in the second half of the latest game. It's our commentary. It's Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. But all eyes obviously were on the non-league clubs in that draw. Boreham Wood first out. They go to Championship club Bournemouth. The lowest team left in the competition, National League North Kidderminster Harriers, beat Reading, and they only went and got the plum tie at home to West Ham United. Delighted to say we can speak to Kidderminster manager Russell Penn live on 5 Live Sport. Russell, good evening.
Good evening.
What a tie, eh? What a tie.
Yeah, I think, I know it's a cliche, but I think this is what the FA Cup dream is all about, to be honest. I've sweated all day. hot and cold all day, just worrying about the draw because you just want that plum tie, or you just want to be, rewarded for what we did yesterday, and we've certainly got that.
Where did you watch it then, the draw?
I'm in my lounge with my family, so wife and kids, just really nervous and just really excited. But I'm glad it's done now. I can focus on the week ahead.
Yeah, you say that. So you've become a viral video, haven't you, for the celebrations? How are you dealing with that?
My phone's not dealing with it very well. I think he's got to go into meltdown tonight. So listen, it's what the FA Cup's about. I'm so proud last night, first and foremost, for the players and the chairman and the club and the fans. I think everyone deserves it, not just Kidderminster in non-league, but obviously we've got to, benefit with the rewards.
You've had a massive effect on everyone, I can tell you. I get the sense anyone who was at Kidderminster Harriers, was at Agborough for that game, has been affected, not least you, correspondent John Murray.
Yes, we spoke, didn't we, Russ, on the touchline last night? I think it was one of the last interviews that you did. And when we spoke, you said that you were looking up into the stand behind me and you could see your chairman smiling. Have you been in touch with him since the draw, and what's he said about it?
Yeah, we've spoken numerous times. Oh, he's buzzing. He's absolutely over the moon. We first and foremost, did we expect to win yesterday? No, we thought we might have a chance. So, first and foremost, everyone was probably shell-shocked around the place. But I think we deserved the victory. And then last night was just cheers. When I was speaking to John, the chairman, I could see behind him was like the Grinch at Christmas. Do you know what I mean? His smile went from ear to ear.
But what is this going to mean to have a tie like this, which one would presume is going to be live on TV? What does this? Have you any idea yet what this is going to mean for the club?
Well, I think the chairman's doing the digits as we speak on the calculator. But I think, from a football point of view, a selfish point of view, I'll be going up against one of the most respected British managers, which is fantastic for me personally. I know he respects the competition. I know he respects lower league opposition. And West Ham are on the up at the moment. And what a tie! I'm just so excited at the moment.
You scored a goal against David Moyes' Everton in the FA Cup, didn't you, Russell? Hello, can you hear us, Russell?
Yes, I've got you, mate, sorry.
No worries. I was just saying, didn't you score a goal against David Moyes' Everton in the FA Cup?
I did. I've just said that to my wife, actually, so I hope he remembers me. I don't think he will, but listen, we'll welcome him with open arms and his squad, and we can't wait.
Yeah. And I've been reliably informed by our mutual friend Nick Hatton that David Moyes was actually in the Preston team when Kidderminster knocked Preston out during that famous cup run back in the 90s.
Wow, and that's what I mean. These stories are just the history, and hopefully we can rewrite some more history.
And also the historical aspect of drawing West Ham after one of the great days for Kidderminster.
Yes, exactly. All the staff and the fans tell me about the 1994 cup tie. And to mirror that again 27 years later, wow, what an achievement. And I think it's a bigger achievement now just for the way we were ranked in the tier system. We're ranked in the 6th tier, playing against a plum tie in European flyers at the moment.
And Russell, one of the things you said in said viral video was that you wanted to make sure all of your players, after beating Reading, just kept their heads. Well, you've got West Ham, so best of luck.
I know. Do you know what? Fortunately, we've got a game on Tuesday against Farsley Celtic, so we're right back down to earth tomorrow at training. But I've told them you've got to enjoy these nights, and I want them to enjoy last night and enjoy tonight, but straight back to work tomorrow.
Top man, Russell, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Cheers, John. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Brilliant stuff. Russell Penn, the manager of Kidderminster Harriers, National League North, who've got West Ham United in the 4th round of the FA Cup. These ties all to be played first weekend of February. What a tie that is. Let's bring Chris Sutton. He'll be with you for 6:06 off the back of the commentary at the City Ground. Evening, Chris.
Good evening, Steve. Brilliant listening to Russell there and Kidderminster, and you know clearly tonight on 6:06 we want to hear from Kidderminster fans. I mean, that is some draw. I watched the West Ham game earlier today. West Ham are going strong in this competition. David Moyes wants to win this competition, so it's going to be a full strength West Ham team going to Kidderminster. I'm sure about that, but what a tie that is.
One of the great things about 6:06, particularly around FA Cup 3rd round weekend, Chris, is that you hear from fans who, might not always pick up the phone.
Yeah, absolutely. Cambridge United. We had a few on last night. I mean, that day yesterday, 5,000 fans they took up to the northeast. I didn't think they'd get the result. Newcastle went strong. I think Eddie Howe trying to build a bit of momentum. But what a story that was, and they deserved it. And they've got a home tie against Luton. So, Cambridge United fans, are you happy about that tie? Does that, I don't know, Luton in the Championship, but I suppose it's quite nearby, Steve, isn't it? Cambridge and Luton. They may be slightly underwhelmed, I suspect.
Hartlepool United as well. Yeah. Crystal Palace away, that's a brilliant draw.
Yeah, my mate's a Hartlepool fan. I haven't got many mates, and a big Hartlepool fan, and he said, he wanted to get Chelsea, and I think, he's happy with Crystal Palace. But no, that was an incredible result from them. And Boreham Wood at Bournemouth. Bournemouth, lovely place, isn't it, down there? So, yeah, I mean, we want to hear from all Boreham Wood, Hartlepool fans. Today hasn't been so exciting. I think yesterday was absolutely brilliant, all the stories and the drama. But one thing which does interest me, Steve, spoke to Ali Bruce Ball, who was at the Spurs game. Ndombele booed off by the Spurs fans. Does he have a future at Spurs? Spurs weren't great, and then they got the big guns on. Morecambe, to their credit, got the lead, and then they faded a little bit. But Ndombele,
I don't know if anyone can afford him, Chris. That might be the problem.
He'd be such a talented player, but something isn't quite right. I don't know whether Conte's having him at all, but, Spurs fans clearly unhappy with his reaction to getting subbed today, just dawdled off. And I heard you talking to Michael Brown about the Arsenal situation. Mikel Arteta, hardliner, isn't he? I mean, I quite like that. But what hooking players off if they're not doing the job, we don't know the conversation which he would have had with Tavares. But do Arsenal fans, how do they feel about that? Is that one step too many? Because there is a humiliation factor in this. Tavares wasn't happy when he got subbed, but I suspect Arsenal fans might like that.
I'll be your friend, Chris.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
That's a pleasure. Yeah. I'm here for you. 08085. Now, you were supposed to say I don't want you. That was the joke. But I appreciate you anyway.
My friend, after I thrashed you in the FPL, didn't I?
Yeah, every time. That's better. Thanks, Chris. Have a good show. Cheers.
Steve. Thank you.
Chris and Robbie with you for 606 08085 909 693. Full draw for the FA Cup fourth round is on the BBC Sport website. Elsewhere, Manchester City thrashed Brighton 6-0 in the Women's Super League. Here's the big shock of the day, actually. Arsenal, top of the table, beaten by Birmingham. They move off the bottom of the table. It finished Reading 1, Leicester City 0. Africa Cup of Nations, the host Cameroon off to the perfect start. They've beaten Burkina Faso by 2-1. There's another game that kicks off at 7, which is Ethiopia against Cape Verde. And the former Leeds manager, Steve Evans, has left League One strugglers Gillingham, quote, by mutual consent. They were thumped 4-0 at home by Ipswich Town yesterday. Right, teams back out on the field at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal in the FA Cup third round. Michael Brown is with John Murray.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, welcome back, everyone. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. No further changes at half-time. Arsenal are going to play from left to right. Arsenal are going to kick off. Martin Odegaard is over the ball, just wiping his brow, running his fingers through his fair hair. So Nottingham Forest with Samba in goal, Worrell, Cook and McKenna are their central defenders. Spence and Colback in the wide areas, Garner and Yates and Zinkernagel in the middle, and then Johnson and Davis up front. Referee Pawson gets the second half underway, and it is Arsenal who kick off and play the ball back to Leno. Right for the ball, flighted down the right for Nketiah, but it runs away from him, and McKenna is able to clear. And the Arsenal team, Leno, Cedric Suarez, Ben White, Rob Holding, the captain, and substitute Kieran Tierney, who, as we've been discussing, took over from Nuno Tavares just about 10 minutes before half-time. Then Lokonga and Patino in the middle, Odegaard, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, and Nketiah up front. Forrest coming forward down the right-hand side with Spence, but as he tried to fire it over, he just sliced it straight behind into the lower tier of the Trent end, and it's an Arsenal goal kick. Michael Brown is with us, Premier League midfielder, FA Cup midfielder, and just to follow on the conversation, Michael, Nuno Tavares, yes, he did not have a good first half. There were some very bad moments. Point I would make is I've seen players have worse first halves and not be substituted.
you get that. I would imagine there's more to it. I would imagine the manager's told him what he's wanted on a couple of occasions. That's why he hasn't been in the team. He had a spell, obviously, since Tierney come back in. He's done very, very well. There's been an improvement in the side, but you've got to do what he says. I'd be surprised if it was just 2 or 3 things that he hadn't given more communication or more warnings.
And one other thing that you picked up at half-time with 1 or 2 discussions, suggestion that Arsenal might have had a penalty in the first half as they were attacking a corner. Ben White got his shirt pulled. I mean, we've not seen it.
Yeah, he did. He got his shirt pulled, and you'd be lucky at this level. If it was VAR situation, then it certainly would have been a penalty to Arsenal.
But no VAR in this tie. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0, and the winners will be at home to the holders, Leicester City. Arsenal in these plain white shirts, the completely white kit, which is part of the campaign against knife crime and violence, and Forest in the red shirts with the white trim, white shorts, red socks. And here's Spence, gets away down the right-hand side, plays the ball to Davis on the edge of the penalty area for Forest, left-footed shot, but shoots straight into the 2 Arsenal men who were in front of him. Gives the ball back out to the right-hand side. Spence is there again. Now Davis, quick feet from him, tall Aston Villa man on loan here, keeps possession. It's played out to the right-hand side. Then the cross in towards Brennan Johnson. That's headed away. Forest take it on into the box. There are vain appeals for a penalty, which I think was very optimistic. Zinkernagel in between a couple of Arsenal men, and they were able to get it away, the Premier League side.
Yeah, the supporters are trying to put the pressure on, but it's been a good start, hasn't it? Quick passing, forward passing.
Back with Garner again, the on-loan Manchester United man, James Garner, playing it to the far side, to Yates. Now here's Spence, a couple of elaborate step-overs from him with those long, thin legs of his. Then back to Worrell, whose pass forward was a poor one, and now it breaks forward for Arsenal. Nketiah taking it into the penalty area on his right foot, but in slid the important challenge from Steve Cook. Took the pace off the ball, and goalkeeper Samba was able to come and pick it up for Forest.
There's a good break down the left-hand side. Eddie Nketiah was lining it up, pulling onto his right foot, just outside the penalty area, just as he's gone to get a shot away. Great defending, good block again. I think Forest have got in quite, in front of quite a few of the Arsenal efforts, seen it out for corners, but here he is now travelling forward with the ball. Cook.
0-0, early stages of the second half, and a big crowd at the City Ground. They've been getting some excellent crowds as their form has improved. Forest playing it over the top for the run of Brennan Johnson, but it's headed back by Tierney, the substitute, to his goalkeeper Leno. Ramsdale is on the bench, but Arsenal with lots of absentees. They've got 5 players away at the Africa Cup of Nations, so no Partey, no Aubameyang of course, no El Neni, no Pepe. Xhaka and Balogun have both been confirmed as being COVID positive, and no Smith Rowe or Tomiyasu, who have both got little injuries. And Arsenal have got the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg, as it is now, to play on Thursday night. That's one of our commentaries this coming midweek. You'll hear that on 5 Live. Tottenham Chelsea on Wednesday night, 5 Live, the place to hear to that. And also rearranged Premier League matches, Everton Leicester live from Goodison on 5 Live on Tuesday night. Arsenal with it on the left-hand side, Tierney, but Spence is able to turn the pace on, get to the ball first near the corner flag. Then Worrell chips it away towards the halfway line. Header is won for Arsenal by Holding, but then it bounces for Forest, but the tidy up work is done centrally by Odegaard, who plays it back into his own half. And Arsenal come forward again with Cedric Suarez, who has to turn and play it back into his own half. So Nottingham Forest, twice winners of the FA Cup themselves, way back in the 1800s, in 1898, when they actually beat Derby in the FA Cup final. Can you imagine that? Nottingham Forest and Derby in the FA Cup final. Arsenal coming forward on the left-hand side. Martinelli now gets his head down. Martinelli, little ball to the edge of the box, or at least that's what he was trying to do to Odegaard, but that was cut out by Yates for Forest. Bounces back to the Brazilian though. And now Odegaard takes it down. He's out towards the left-hand side at the moment, and Arsenal go back towards the halfway line again, all the way back to Ben White. Ben White just knocks the ball on ahead of himself, moves forward to the centre circle. Odegaard yet again appears and always seems to be available. He's now dropping back towards the halfway line. He'll feel comfortable, won't he? All in white, former Real Madrid man. Saka now on the right-hand side. Saka cutting in, but it's not at pace, and Arsenal just keeping possession. Forest are making them think here. Odegaard lifts the ball over the top for Nketiah, but Worrell comes across, gets a touch on that. Applause, warm applause from the people in front of us in the Peter Taylor stand. Out for a throw to Arsenal, which is quickly taken by Cedric Soares. Bukayo Saka gets it down, but he's being forced back, and then Cedric Soares, lovely little piece of footwork from him to take it away, and Arsenal go back towards the halfway line again.
They've got a good shape, haven't they, Nottingham Forest? That back five, midfielders just sitting in. Yates and Garner just in front. So Keenan Davis, Johnson all the way back, and just making Arsenal rotate, move it around. I think Arsenal need to up the tempo. Someone take a risk, get it in the 1v1 area. If I'm Colback, I'm delighted that they're not giving the ball to Saka as he can one-on-one me down the right-hand side. So Forest are comfy while they keep moving it around.
They are. Arsenal, lots of the ball, but no great threat at the moment. Martinelli in towards the edge of the box. Nketiah is there. Square from Nketiah. Odegaard on his left foot comes infield and then flicks a high pass which loops out towards Tierney, who takes it down on his midriff, stabs it into the box with the outside of his left foot. Cleared away though in the middle by Steve Cook. Brennan Johnson now gets the ball away and takes it away from Holding, and now Forest break forward with Johnson into the full-back position. The cross in the middle is hit goalwards by Zinkernagel, and goalkeeper Leno has to make a save down to his left, but he is able to push it around the post and behind for a corner. And finally we have a proper chance.
We have a huge chance, and if anyone's asked the question if Brennan Johnson's got any pace, so that's Rob Holding there running back towards it, breaking down the right-hand side. He has a look, he keeps travelling. Keenan Davis is trying to make the box. It's an intelligent pullback. There's Zinkernagel coming on right-footed. Gets good contact, doesn't he? Leno will be delighted. Good save down to his left-hand side.
So the corner to be taken from the far side by Garner, who just steps away and now comes up and curls it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. It's come off the head of Holding. It's looped towards the back post and is just watched behind for another corner by Scott McKenna, one of the central defenders. So a corner from the left, and this will be also an in-swinger. In fact, no, it's going to be Colback to take it. So Colback will take this. So it'll be an out-swinger with his left foot. Colback has got the option there, short of Zinkernagel if he wants to use them, but I think Forest want it delivered into the penalty area.
Look at the runner back post, John. Right round the back, with the back of the zonal.
Here it comes from Colback with the corner to that back post. McKenna got his head to it, bounced down, but it bounces away for Arsenal, and Martinelli will run it away towards the halfway line, although McKenna went with him, forced him to check back, and then Martinelli's ball through the middle, nowhere near the run by from centre field by Lokonga. So Forest have got it back again. 10 minutes gone in the second half. As you will probably know by now, there is the prospect of extra time and penalties, and Arsenal force Nottingham Forest to go back into their own half. All of these matches in the third and fourth round this season being decided on the day.
You can see the set piece there, the setup, wasn't there? McKenna around the back post, the back of the zone from Arsenal. He got his head on it.
Forest come again. Here's Colback, allows the ball to bounce into his path, has a look up. Forest with 3 men on the edge of the penalty area. Zinkernagel gets a touch. Now Davis in the box. Davis back to Colback, still inside the penalty area. Davis back to Colback on the byline, and it took a touch as Colback tried to reach it. No, he couldn't get there, and it's behind, and it is a goal kick.
It's very, very intelligent play, wasn't it? Just didn't really fall. Left-footed Colback. Just wanted to get delivery. It's a little 1-2 in the end as he pulls to the edge of the area. Keenan Davis takes his touch, puts him in, but unfortunately the link play on the 1-2 just ran out of play. It was a good effort, good move from Forest.
I have to say, Michael, I'm absolutely fine if this is extra time and penalties tonight. Not too far to go to get home. As Lokonga is fouled, and it's a free kick to Arsenal in front of their penalty area.
I think there'll be a few commentators travelling home actually giggling at this moment in time, thinking You'd like those two to stay a little bit longer.
Yes, I bet there are. I actually, when I was travelling from Kidderminster to Nottingham last night, I actually did what I keep telling people to do, and I rewound the live radio so I could hear the match, the Hull City-Everton game, which I didn't know what was going on. And it was very enjoyable. Here's Saka on the right-hand side. Saka weaving one way, running across the corner of the box. Then to Nketiah. Saka again, but it's very tight in there, and it bounces out to Yates. Yates clears, and then Tierney tries the shot, which comes off one of the Forest men on the edge of the box and loops away high and wide and behind, and it's a corner.
It's another block for Forest, wasn't it? Tierney on this occasion, left-footed, just outside the area, tried to thunderous strike. So if it's Jed Spence managed to direct the ball for a corner. A little bit of pressure from Arsenal. You can hear behind the goal. Still boos from the Nottingham Forest fans.
So a corner from the far side. All of the Arsenal fans, there are over 4,000 of them inside the stadium. Easily reachable Nottingham for the Arsenal fans. And they're all standing as Arsenal have this corner. 0-0 the score. It's swung into the near post, but big Keenan Davis is there to head it up and away. Call back on the edge of the box, and then it's hit, fired away downfield. There was nobody there for Forest, so Arsenal will get the ball back. Tierney playing it out to the right-hand side. There's space here on the right for Saka. His white shirt outside his white shorts. Saka now down into the full-back position. Callback has gone with him. Left-footed ball curled into the back post, which is headed right back across the face of goal by Nketiah, who gets that all wrong, and it just dribbles and bounces out of play for a goal kick.
That's exactly what you want from your wide player, Bukayo Saka. I did feel as soon as he squares you up, and what makes the mistake, Callback, he allows him to Saka to go into the box, and he can't get near him there. He's pulled onto his left, flicked a lovely ball to the back post, and Nketiah's got to do better to direct the ball across the far post. Samba would have had no chance.
You mentioned the fact that maybe some of our colleagues are chortling at the fact that there might be extra time and penalties on a Sunday night. I know that some of our colleagues are also chortling at the fact that Arsenal's numbers are completely invisible. Ball forward for Arsenal for the run of Nketiah, but Samba came out and grabbed it on the edge of the box.
Yes, there's one commentator in particular just driving home, I think, from the Tottenham game. Just give us a little message with a little smiley face.
Very funny. I've also heard from that Conor McNamara as well.
I wonder if Conor had a personal chauffeur yesterday like he had last week. Did you know about that?
Well, nothing would surprise me about Conor.
Yeah, he made his co-commentator pick him up from Manchester Airport to take him to Leeds United.
Did he?
Was he with Rob Green last night? I wonder if he had to do the same.
Here's Saka on the right-hand side, takes on Callback, gets away, and then in comes the challenge, but the ball bounces to the right to Cedric Suarez, and then down goes James Garner, who managed to get himself in between the right back and the ball, won the free kick. Saka is still down. He's sat down, and referee Pawson just checking to see how he is.
He's still sat down, but no medical staff are going on, which is what's really, really strange. The player stays down for such a long period of time, you would have expected a little bit of help. He's back up to his feet. It's almost as if they have a signal, do you know, when they need the medical staff to come on or when they're going to be okay. But he was the one, wasn't he? Great little bit of skill, but that's where I think, for me, if I'm Callback, I don't want him to run at me 1v1. If I do, can we left-sided centre-back? Can Scott McKenna get over with James Garner? They didn't. They left him isolated, and he'll be in trouble if that happens again.
I think that's also added to the fact then they've made the point there, Arsenal, that they feel that Saka was fouled, and that looks like that's what Mikel Arteta thinks as well. However, the referee thought otherwise. Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Callback playing the ball over the top, stretching away. And then Martinelli comes in and bowls over Ryan Yates, who I think was off the ground at the time when Martinelli actually came in, so therefore it didn't look good. But the free kick has been given Forest's way.
Yeah, Martinelli, Patino mixing it up slightly as they're all running towards goal, but a bit of a shoulder challenge, and wasn't sure the referee was going to give it, but he has. Dangerous one now, isn't it? Sort of 30 yards from goal, very, very central. Can somebody go for it? Someone going to a powerful shot. They're going to be creative and they move the ball around, but this is a chance for Nottingham Forest.
Well, it is. There are 4 Forest men around the ball. Scott McKenna has just come across and had a word. James Garner, if it's a giveaway that the player who is going to take this has placed the ball very carefully, then it's Garner, and actually everyone else now begins to move away. So it is definitely James Garner, Jimmy Garner as they call him. Garner comes up with a free kick over the wall, and Leno has to dive to his right and push it away. Oh, and Colback goes down in the area, challenged by Saka, who came in, took the ball away from him, and the feeling was that Colback there maybe had a case for a penalty.
Colback went down, didn't he, straight away, but we'll just see another one go down, but it's outside of the penalty area. Garner slams the ball to the ground, he's not happy. Nketiah just falls to the floor, but cases all around, but the referee under a bit of pressure.
Well, there wasn't much more in that challenge on Nketiah than there was on the challenge on Colback inside the penalty area.
There's not, but can you give a penalty for it? That's the fine lines, that's the difficulty. That's livened up now, hasn't it?
Well, can you, Michael? Can you give a penalty for that?
Well, you'd be disappointed.
Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. This is the 3rd round of the Emirates FA Cup, and it's here on BBC Radio 5 Live and the World Service, and Forest coming forward with Brennan Johnson, who is fouled by Lokonga, and it's a free kick to Forest on the right.
Kevin Friends getting some stick, Stephen Reid, Alan Tate, the manager Steve Cooper, all in and around him. As Kevin Friend just has a bit of a laugh and a giggle, but any fine line, any margin when coach and staff managers go to the 4th official, you know full well that the referee will be listening.
Yeah, Kevin Friend, the 4th official. Stephen Reid still chattering away with him. This is clever from Forest, isn't it? Stephen Reid's doing the nice guy, isn't he, on the 4th official?
That was me. I was always the nice guy with the
well, I can imagine. Of course you would be. Right, Forest have got this free kick out on the right-hand side. It's still 0-0. Still waiting for the first goal of this tie. And the second half, almost 20 minutes old. Here comes the free kick in the box. Leno's come a long way, and he's caught it. Good grief. Goalkeeper catches ball in between 6-yard box and the edge of the area.
He was right out, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
A good take, though. You get it right.
Very good take.
You've got to get it right when you come that far, and he did.
Goalkeeper at the other end has got the ball at his feet. Bryce Samba chips to the halfway line. Then there's a foul by Cedric Suarez, and he's furious about that decision. The arms are being thrown in the air. Zinkernagel shoved in the back, and it looks as though Forest are thinking about making their first change. Quick free kick long to the edge of the Arsenal box. Then it's won back by Yates, but Arsenal have got it back on the edge of their own penalty area and will start again.
Yeah, Lewis Grabban, probably time for him to come and lead the line for Nottingham Forest.
Arsenal give it away, Cedric Suarez, but they quickly have it back with Lokonga because Zinkernagel wasn't able to take advantage.
We've not really mentioned Leno, have we? Do you know, he's come, he had a good take, he's had to be patient. Aaron Ramsdale's done extremely well in goal. We talk about attitude, Tini, Tavares, you know, it happens at times. It's how you react, how you recover. So you've got to take your chance when it comes.
Yes, very much the cup goalkeeper now, Bernd Leno. So Lewis Grabban will be coming on very shortly, the veteran striker as he is. Forest winning it back, call back inside his own half, gives it to Davis on the halfway line. Davis tearing forward now, down into the right full-back position. Colback continued his run as well, but Arsenal had 3 men on Davis. Force him to go back. Then the ball is curled into the box by Garner, but too close to Leno, and the Arsenal goalkeeper catches again, this time on the edge of his 6-yard box.
Yeah, it was a good take, wasn't it? I thought it was always ambitious from James Garner. He's going to have to be really on the money from a wide area as he cuts it with his right hand side to try and put an in-swinging cross. But it's open now, and no wonder Forest are looking to make this change, try and find some way to take the lead in this game.
Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. The draw's already been made for the 4th round. You'll be able to find it on the BBC Sport website and app, all of the details. Lines are open for 606 as well. The phone in on 5 Live, 08085 909 693 to talk to Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton about the weekend's events in the FA Cup. Get in touch, hashtag BBC 606. 85058. All of the FA Cup goals and highlights, you can see them on the BBC Sport website and app. The highlights on the television tonight on BBC One, and then the women's football show after that, with that surprise defeat for Arsenal that Steve was talking about at half-time.
It might not be best to mention Macclesfield Town to Robbie Savage after the local rivals within Shaw Town beat them yesterday.
Yes, that got a mention last night.
Oh, did it?
It certainly did.
I believe he wasn't pleased.
Arsenal coming forward with Tierney, plays it down the left. Martinelli on the chase, but Spence is in, sliding, does well. Committed himself, got the ball out of play, and here comes Forest's top scorer this season. And it's Keenan Davis who makes way. I think we were expecting that after his debut here, arriving this week on loan from Villa. There's a little double fist touch with Steve Cooper as manager. So 10-goal Lewis Grabban is on. 3 days away from his 34th birthday. Arsenal with the ball in the right back position. And they've got, it's given away on the edge of the area. Nketiah into the box. And the shot is blazed over from the left side of the penalty area. Forest lost it, but Nketiah wasn't able to take advantage.
Good turn, nice and positive. It's the ball out of his feet straight away, you know. He sees the goal, tries to get shot away, tries to smash it near post. It rises behind the goal into the crowd, but that might be his last involvement. We see Lacazette just getting changed, getting ready. Will it be Nketiah with the change, or will he try and get another forward on the pitch?
Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. I think that'll be a big disappointment for Mikel Arteta, that they've simply not been able to create enough in this game against a championship side in Nottingham Forest, albeit a championship side with increased confidence. So Lacazette is going to come on because the ball is off the field on the far side, and the number goes up, and actually it is Charlie Patino. So there's your answer, Michael. He's taking off Charlie Patino. Started a match for the first time, showed some bright stuff in the first half, but has been quite quiet in the second. And Mikel Arteta, before he comes on Lacazette, there's one final word that he wants to have with him, which he does, and then he greets Charlie Patino as he leaves the field after his first start in a competitive match for the Arsenal first team.
Yeah, very good starting your career in a cup tie, a difficult one. I think it would have helped if his side would have performed better, created more, been better in possession than they have been, but he's going to be one to watch in the future. It's been great to see him.
Forest, here's Grabban involved in the action for the first time on the right-hand side, tried to take it round the outside of the defender, White, who put in the challenge, and it bounces behind. Forest corner.
He did well, did he, Lewis Grabban, just down the right-hand side. I think Ben White's feeling that the ball was already out of play as he ushers it. The referee gives the corners, they go short.
They do. Garner took it short. Forest, lots of red shirts in the Arsenal penalty area, but Forest are forced to go all the way back to goalkeeper Samba, who then gets the ball onto his left foot, plays it downfield. It's headed forward for Arsenal. Here's Grabban on the halfway line. Worrell as well. Call back now on the left. Mikel Arteta looks concerned, and Forest man's gone down in the centre circle. The ball's been played down the left, and Lewis Grabban had strayed offside. So the Forest player who's down can receive some treatment. Referee Pawson just running over to him now to see how he is. Free kick though to Arsenal.
It's interesting with the short corner there as Arsenal pressed. I could just hear one supporter go, "Something, you idiot," to one of the players for coming back, and it was slightly harsh where he couldn't cross the ball in, and that's what you're dealing with at times. But
your ears finely tuned to that sort of thing from football crowds.
Yeah, I don't really appreciate it, but there's no need. It's an injury in the middle of the pitch. Hopefully he's okay.
I think he is. So Forest 0, Arsenal 0. 5 Live and the World Service from the BBC, 6:06 on the way after a really terrific weekend of FA Cup third round action. So talk about that with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton. 08 085 909 693. And there's more live sport on 5 Live Sports Extra tonight on your digital radio via BBC Sounds as well, when the LA Rams are at home to the San Francisco 49ers. Arsenal with the ball in the centre circle with White, who stops the ball on the halfway line and then plays it to his left to Holding.
You see the manager not pleased. He just wants the ball moving all the time. It's the pace and the tempo. Yes, there's loads of changes, lots of personnel missing for Arsenal, but I just feel they're going to go on and win this game. They've got to push it quicker, move it, wider areas, as I've said, and take a risk.
Lacazette now, shaven-headed, long sleeves, black gloves on, plays the ball back into his own half. Now the ball to the left-hand side, Martinelli. Lacazette's available, and then Lacazette's ball in field is really comfortable for Garner to come across. I think he might even have caught the ground before he played the pass, so Garner was able to strike it away downfield and out of play. Throw in for Arsenal, which is taken to White. Odegaard now in the centre circle. Lokonga is there, and back it goes again for Arsenal. White,
like a 4-2-4 now, isn't it? Literally with Lacazette and Nketiah.
White has a shuffle forward, gives it to Odegaard. Well, there wasn't too much contact there as the challenge came in for Forest from Zinkernagel, but down Odegaard went, and it's a free kick just to the right of the middle of the Forest half.
For me now, the referee is speaking to Lacazette. It's what they do with this free kick. I just think straight away, wide areas are going to be key. It's a difficult one. It's so central to get it up and sort of over into the penalty area for any sort of quality on the ball.
Well, we're into the last 20 minutes now. Floodlights shining brightly down from the various positions on the roof, the roofs of the stands of the City ground, and it's shining on Arsenal, who have this free kick which is struck right-footed and just bounces beyond everyone, whether they're in white or red, and it's straight through for a goal kick. And what a waste that was by Cedric Suarez.
That's what I said. It's a difficult one to play that into the area. Poor execution, but I feel like you've got to move it, take it to the right-hand side, or just do something different. But that's poor from Arsenal.
Well, we're getting to the stage now whereby one goal might be enough to win this cup tie. Still 0-0. Forest played out to Jed Spence, who's got 2 Arsenal men with him, but he's still going, and he's away from all of them, and he's brought down by Martinelli, and Spence is not happy about that and turns and just moves his body into Martinelli. Yellow card for the Brazilian for that. Well played, Spence.
A great run, wasn't it? Getting through, riding one challenge and another. No wonder he's annoyed. He's just stretching off. Well, he's been caught, but he's been impressive.
Forest are going to make their second change. Got this free kick 10 yards inside Arsenal territory, but they're going to make the change right now, and it is the Portuguese Cafu who is going to come onto the field to take the place of Zinkernagel. So midfielder for midfielder. Has Zinkernagel left the field? No, he hasn't. He now realises that his number is up. So Cafu, the number 18, tall man, former Benfica youngster. He's played all over the place. Portugal, he's been in France, he's been in Poland, he's been in Greece, but he's been here at Forest now for well over a year. And on he comes. Steve Cooper just puts an arm around Zinkernagel, so Cafu is on.
I think he's done quite well, hasn't he, Zinkernagel? He's just going through the manager now, what he's expected. Just give him a little slap on the face, something well done. Goes to sit down.
Free kick for Forest, fired into the edge of the penalty area, headed across by McKenna for Forest, but Lacazette was there for Arsenal to clear it away on the volley. Arsenal with Odegaard, now a ball over the top, but goalkeeper Samba will come well out of his penalty area and allow it to bounce out of play, and it's a throw into Forest inside their own half. 15 minutes to go, Michael, 0-0. Could be extra time, could be penalties, or it could be won in the next 15 minutes, so don't go anywhere.
Just need a couple of opportunities, don't we? That's what we need straight away. I think it's there for either side. We really do. We feel anybody's taken any sort of stride towards winning it yet.
Ball played over the top. Forrest, McKenna to Colback. Colback is then fouled by Saka. Free kick to Forrest. Obviously, if you're listening as you're driving your car, you are permitted to go somewhere. I mean, just don't switch the radio off. Colback plays the ball back to Samba. Passes it out towards the right-hand side. Worrell just keeps the ball in. Right over there on the far side. I see the hospitality boxes are busy for this one as well, as you'd expect with Arsenal coming here. There'll have been Sunday lunches served in there. Roast beef and Yorkshire pudding and lashings of horseradish. Here's White in the centre circle. Back to Holding. Holding now out towards the left-hand side. Tierney back to Holding again. And Forrest just drop off them again. Match of really few chances. Leno's made a couple of saves in the second half. Nketiah missed a couple of opportunities, but that's been about it. And Forrest just allowing Arsenal to have the ball inside their own half. The record 14 times winners of the FA Cup.
I think they've got to be careful, Arsenal. I've seen them do this before. I think it was Everton controlled possessions, had great chances, then late goal in against them. It's got to game management, but really I just think they could be on the front foot. They could enforce it a bit better than they are doing.
Ball at the back again with Arsenal, and Ben White just gets his head down, takes it forward and away from Cafu. Now Odegaard. He's taken down by Jed Spence. The ball had gone, and absolutely yellow card. I don't think Craig Pawson had much option there. Yellow card for Spence.
Yeah, he comes tight to Tierney, doesn't he? He's feeling the effects. Normally stay down, but yeah, it was a late challenge. He's always going to get a yellow card for that.
There's the crowd figure, almost 25,000. 24,938. Really good FA Cup third round attendance, when of course the match is also on the television. But people wanted to be here. People like what's happening. The Nottingham Forest supporters in this city like what's happening here, and they are supporting it. Ball played forward for Arsenal. It's bounced all the way into the penalty area to Saka. Saka gets it down, plays it across to the back post, and an important interception there. The challenge from Worrell on Lacazette, who was coming in, and between them the ball just slipped away through and behind, and that has given us a goal kick.
There was square, weren't they, Forest? Saka gets in down the right hand side. I thought he was going to lob the goalkeeper, and he was advancing towards it. He doesn't, brings it back onto his left foot. Clever little ball across the 6-yard box. As you said, Lacazette advancing, thinking there's a tap in. Worrell does very, very well just to get in front of him to see the ball away.
Yeah, that was I was like you, Michael. I thought Saka could be in here, but
I just thought he could have just went with it first time, just to obviously just take it over the top of Samba, but he didn't take it on. He pulled it back onto his left foot.
Forrest were going to take a short goal kick, but Samba says no, I'm going to strike this long downfield. Lines open for 606 on 5 Live. 08085 909 693. Watch Manchester United Aston Villa on BBC One live tomorrow night. But here, this one is very much in the balance. So Chris and Robbie might have to wait to take the calls for an extra half hour or so. Colback to take the throw, the former Newcastle man. Left wing back for Forest at the moment. Ball is charged down by Cafu, but Holding is able to take possession, and then a slip by Grabban. Forest play it forward over the top. Grabban pulls it down with his right foot, takes it to the left-hand side. Saka is in there. He might have been caught by Colback. Odegaard now. Odegaard is challenged. No, referee Parsons brought it back for the foul, and it's an Arsenal free kick.
How far do you go back? The Forest supporters are going crazy, aren't they? The referee pulling that back, but I'm sure Arsenal giving it away cheaply, aren't they? Again, Holding, stepping in, losing the ball. The Forest are advancing, just waiting for that short pass.
Arsenal again start from inside their own half. We're into the last 10 minutes now here at the City Ground in Nottingham, just opposite Trent Bridge. The test match venue, which is all quiet, has a And very much in contrast to all of the buzz that was going around this stadium for an FA Cup tie like this. Arsenal in town. Forest going back to Samba clearing left-footed. It bounces. Spence heads it forward. But Brennan Johnson was in an offside position, and it's one of those collector's items where the flag does actually go straight up. Free kick taken by Arsenal. Lokonga back to White, and Ben White now carries it to the halfway line, uses Tierney on the left-hand side. Tierney forced back to go all the way into his own half. So Arsenal now start with White again, who just stretches his legs, but he's just trotting forward with the ball. Nketiah comes short. Lokonga, now Eddie Nketiah again. Odegaard, and now Cedric Suarez once more.
It's just gone really flat, hasn't it?
Arsenal can barely get over the halfway line, never mind into the defensive third.
I think they're trying to wear them down, trying to find a gap, just keep possession.
No,
this is what happens.
Given away by Lokonga now on the halfway line, and Forest are all over them. And Forest are all action and industry. And here's the ball across. Grabban is there! On the stretch, Lewis Grabban fires Forest into the lead. We're in the last 10 minutes, and this passive Arsenal performance has been punished. And several spectators have come over the hoardings to join in with the celebrations. And the Forest players are all in a group there, and now the stewards are getting everyone back. But the celebrations just spilled over there, and what a terrific, stretching, centre-forwards finish that was by the veteran Lewis Grabban to make it Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal 0.
Wow, have you ever seen anything like that? All the Forest supporters all around the place, almost in a big huddle, weren't they? But again, sloppy passes, slow play. I said that the trap was there. Forest were getting more and more advances. They nick the ball, they go down the right-hand side. But there's Grabban, it's a deep ball into the far post. Not sure if it's Brennan Johnson down the right, and then literally the ball fizzes right across the face of it. Is it too far for Grabban? No, he flies with the outside of his right foot. That's just to steer it into the far post. It's a brilliant finish. Great ball, and the ground just goes crazy.
1-0 to Nottingham Forest. And this could be the big shock of today in the FA Cup. The record winners, the most successful club in the history of the FA Cup, are 1-0 down. And what a good finish that was by Lewis Grabban. As I say, 34 on Wednesday. His 11th goal of the season for Forest. And he stretched right to the extent that he could to make sure he got the contact to force it in from 4 or 5 yards out. Corner, free kick though to Arsenal on the right-hand side, and it is headed across his own penalty area by McKenna and behind for an Arsenal corner. And now there's urgency. Now you can see energy from Arsenal.
Yeah, so they want to sprint now. They want to do it quicker. They don't just want to play it around at testimonial speed.
I can smell smoke in the air as Odegaard takes this corner, but Forest headed away on the edge of the box. Nodded back forward to Odegaard on the right-hand side. He had to quickly adjust and just lobs the ball to the edge of the area. Forest can deal with that quite comfortably. And now it's taken on by Brennan Johnson again. And Forest are thinking they might get a second. Johnson into the penalty area on the left-hand side, but there was only Cafu in the middle. And Johnson actually has been forced back. He was tracked there by Cedric Suarez. Everyone on their feet here in front of us inside the Peter Taylor stand. Still Johnson in possession. And then in comes the challenge from Cedric Suarez. And it's a throw-in to Arsenal, which is cheered to the rafters.
Well, for a young player to show that maturity, get down the left-hand side, and obviously game management, just to keep the ball in the corner. Force Arsenal players to make mistakes, just get himself a throw, just to let them settle since that goal.
Still everyone on their feet. Arsenal still have to defend this throw-in. Forest still haven't taken it. And then eventually they do, and it's out of play, and it's a throw-in to Arsenal. So Mikel Arteta down there, he's got a lot to think about with Albert Stauvenberg. But time is very rapidly running out. 4 minutes to play, plus whatever the officials add on, as Tierney on the stretch sends the ball away downfield. Samba out of his penalty area, launches it left-footed and forward. Tierney being put under pressure by Spence, and because of that he has to head it away and out for a throw to Forest. And Jed Spence says to everyone in the lower tier of the Brian Clough stand, come on, help us get through this, help us get over the line to knock out Arsenal.
Even the manager's trying to encourage the crowd below us to get behind the team, but said it was coming, didn't I felt if they didn't up the tempo, they keep playing slow, Forest will keep believing towards the end of the game that they're setting the traps. And that's just typical, isn't it? Game management from Arsenal. Very poor, but now they've got to react and they've got to do it very quickly. Arsenal came here 4 years ago and got knocked out in the third round. They might be going out in the third round again in 2022. Throw in for Forest, level with the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. Bounces away from Forest and it's cleared away downfield. McKenna has to play it back under pressure, and Samba just takes it back into his penalty area and picks it up. Hang on, Arsenal are saying surely that's a back pass, and I would say surely that's a back pass. Off his knee. He was passing it back to the goalkeeper. Well, that is an interesting one. And Arsenal have it halfway inside their own half. So there'll be 4,000 Arsenal supporters if it stays like this, heading back home disappointed. And it might get worse because Cafu now slips it forward to Grabban. Right foot shot blocked. It comes out to Yates, but Lokonga just puts in the challenge and gets it away from the Forest midfielder. Odegaard plays it forward. He was caught late there. That is a free kick. And Ghana, as Odegaard was playing it forward, did catch him late. Only a free kick. Yeah, but he done well. He knows he can take that risk on the counter-attack. James Garner getting tight, trying to set the tone. You take that just to eat a few more seconds up. But what about the turn from Cafu? Fantastic. Falls into Lewis Grabban. He tries to get on his right foot. The block was there, but anticipation. Everyone was off their seats, weren't they, waiting to see if that was the winner, the ending to this game. Mikel Arteta, he's only made 2 changes. Sead Kolasinac, though, is going to come on as Arsenal come forward down the left-hand side. Nketiah couldn't get his head to that. Well defended, actually. McKenna came across, and McKenna gets a slap of the hands from Steve Cook, the new signing from Bournemouth, and Samba has got the ball. Yeah, it's good. He gets across the front, but you can, for now, when you're in this position, it's about Nottingham Forest having composure, taking the extra touch, make Arsenal work very, very hard, and they seem to be getting it right at the moment, but you do feel like Arsenal are going to create an opportunity. Again, they go back to the build-up, to the slow play, moving it around, and got to get it forward quicker. That's Michael Brown with us on 5 Live on the World Service. And we are now, Michael, in the 90th minute, and Arsenal are going out. Nottingham Forest are going through for an East Midlands 4th round tie here against Leicester City. But Arsenal are not finished yet. Saka into the box to Odegaard, but then it bounces away from Saka, and Forest clear it away on the edge of the box. This will be another feather in the cap for Steve Cooper, with his growing reputation, the good work that he did in his 2 seasons at Swansea, a World Cup winner, remember, with England at under-17 level, and now in what is only his 18th match as Forest's head coach, his team might be about to knock out Mikel Arteta and Arsenal. White in the centre circle, but Arsenal have got to be urgent. The 90 minutes are now up, I make it. 3 minutes of added time. Lacazette, but Forest have got everyone back behind the ball, and it's just cleared away. Lacazette challenged. White, right-footed ball out to the far side. Spence gets his head to it. White couldn't find Tierney, and the ball, was that knocked back by a steward or a ball boy into the crowd there? How naughty. And Arsenal now make this change, and it is Cedric Suarez who's off, and Kolasinac sprints onto the field. Kolasinac, who has not been involved in the last 11 matches, he's back. Yeah, they've lost the ball, they're not giving them the ball back. Here it is, a young kid, literally walked all the way down the stairs. He didn't throw it. He walked right from the top, only a little lad. He actually hands it, doesn't he, to the Arsenal player. I think it's Tierney about to launch the ball in. Incredible moment for the youngster. Yeah, long throw. Kolasinac has gone out to the far side. It's Tierney with the throw into the box. In added time, Forest winning 1-0. It's headed up and away by Yates for Forest. Nodded back to the far side for Arsenal. Tierney back to Kolasinac. Kolasinac now centrally, just to the left of the centre circle. We're in the 2nd minute of added time. Arsenal go down the flanks. Back it goes to the halfway line again. Mikel Arteta is saying, you've got to get it forward. Now it's on the left-hand side again. Tierney. In comes the challenge from Worrell, the Forest captain. It's not gone out of play yet, but Spencer's there to dig it out, and he's landed it over there where the spectators were able to keep the ball again, but Arsenal have got it back before it bounced into the fans. So it's going to be another long throw for Arsenal. They've got to send everyone up now. No more time left for messing around. Tierney with the long throw, headed away by Yates, bounces down on the edge of the box, and the referee says there was a high foot in there. In fact, was it a foul throw? Yeah, he sort of lifted his leg, the referee, as if it's a foul throw. He's gone back, but it's getting so tense in the stadium, isn't it? Just going back to Mikel Arteta, he's all right, he's going now, drive forward, his arms are going up, quicker. For all the game, he's actually been saying, slow, be patient, wait. It's been too slow from Arsenal. Look at the shots on target, they've not had one. 6:06 on the way. Talk about this with Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton on 08085 909 693. Arsenal are going out. Throw-in is taken by Forest. We're now in the final minute of added time. Forest have got to clear this though. 2 defenders went for the same ball, and it bounces back to Samba, who's able to pick it up. It's just something like that, isn't it? That little bit of a mix-up there. Steve Cook, Joe Worrell, they've got so many things right. They've just got to be careful. You can hear the whistles, the noise. It's going to be incredible if Forest get through this game. It's going to be only the 2nd time in just over a quarter of a century that Arsenal have been knocked out of the FA Cup in the 3rd round, and both defeats will have taken place here at the City Ground, Nottingham, as the ball bounces out for an Arsenal throw. I think time is up. I think that's it. I don't think that Arsenal can possibly find the equaliser, because the final whistle goes and Nottingham Forest have knocked out the record winners of the FA Cup. Arsenal, Mikel Arteta's side, are out, and Steve Cooper comes across, only his 18th match as the head coach of Nottingham Forest. There's a handshake between the two, and Lewis Grabban's late goal, and my, didn't he take it well in the 6-yard box. The substitute, the veteran, 34 on Wednesday, he is the match winner. Well, Forest were organised, they had a set-up, they had a way to play. They defended when they needed to, blocking shots, and then had composure in wider areas, set the trap, let Arsenal move the ball around. But then, ultimately, with the slow play from Arsenal, they managed to get that opportunity down the right-hand side. And it was the substitute. We're disappointed that he didn't start the game with the new signing, Keenis Davis, coming in when the ball went down the right-hand side. Obviously, 34 years of age. The experience was there. The ball fizzed across outside of his right foot. A wonderful finish. Then a real composed ending to the game, and great scenes here. And that's the FA Cup. Steve Crossman asked, would there be a shot? Well, there certainly was. And what a night of football for Nottingham Forest. Well, it's just not a good day for Arsenal, is it? Lots and lots of absentees for variety of reasons. There was a case certainly for a penalty, as we discovered, for a tug on a shirt in the first half. That wasn't given. Nuno Tavares being substituted before half-time. And Arsenal just didn't have enough about them today. They didn't, and as I said straight away, they were playing too slow. It was comfortable for me. If I'm a Nottingham Forest player, I'm saying, OK, play in front of us. We've got the back 5 in, so we'll sit there, we'll have a breather, we'll wait, we'll be patient, then we'll keep coming out. And you've got to give credit, haven't you, to Steve Cooper. He makes the substitution, an attacking one. There's more supporters coming on the pitch now, but you're seeing what it meant to these supporters when the goal went in, almost in a hug with all of the players. But Arsenal have got to be disappointed. So there's players missing, but there's certainly enough on that field to have done more than what they've done. They were sloppy, there was short passes, there was passes being wasted, but creativity with the amount of players they had was not good enough on the night.
Thank you, Michael, for your company here this afternoon. So that's it. Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal 0. Nottingham Forest have knocked out the record winners of the FA Cup, and we will have a Nottingham Forest Leicester City 4th round tie. So 4,000 Arsenal supporters and more going home disappointed from Nottingham, and it's a chance for them and everyone else to talk about this and all of the weekend's 3rd round FA Cup action in 606 with Chris Sutton and Robbie Savage.